Can I get a chee-hoo? What is going down, everybody? Welcome back once again to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news in the land of television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight, it's season 32. It's episode 3. And tonight's show is titled Along the Way. We're going to be breaking down the news from July the 8th through today, July the 14th. I got 3 movies to talk about, a couple TV shows to talk about, and then, of course, as always, we'll get into the news of the week. So let's jump on in. Yes, 3 movies, guys. I know, the last couple weeks we've been, ramping up. It's been a little slim pickings when it's been getting to the movies, getting to the theater. There just hasn't been much enticing. But then this weekend came, and oh boy, I found myself at the theater 3 days in a row. That's right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was at the movie theater. I was executing my A-list pass, and I was watching films. And I'm happy to say, kind of a, not a movie spoiler alert, but in my life spoiler alert, it was a good weekend at the movies. So let's talk about it. So Thursday night, we went and we checked out Evil Dead Burn. So this is the latest movie in the Evil Dead franchise. Of course, you remember how this stuff all started. Way back in the 80s, Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi, right? In the woods, the Book of the Dead, shit goes crazy. Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2, and then we had Army of Darkness, and then we didn't have Evil Dead for a long time. And then we kind of got a reboot that happened, I think, in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. And it was kind of a return to form, right? It was kind of a reboot, but at the same time, they were saying it does kind of take place in the same universe, but it was kind of a rehash of that original movie, right? Being in the cabin again and all that kind of good stuff. And then a couple years ago, we had Evil Dead Rise, and I loved Evil Dead Rise. That movie was such a pleasant surprise for me. It was creepy. It was gory. They just knocked it out the park. I love Evil Dead Rise. It is my favorite of the current Evil Deads. Probably of all the Evil Deads, to be honest. Even though I hold the Bruce Campbell movies kind of in their own pocket, right? So Evil Dead Burn is out, and I've loved the marketing. I've loved the trailers. Very, very excited for this one. After her husband's abrupt death, a woman seeks solace with her in-laws. As they transform into deadites one by one, she comes to discover that the vows she took in life survive even in death. This movie here is batshit crazy, and I have to say I absolutely loved it. I loved it. This movie comes in right around the 2-hour mark, and I did not find myself checking my watch one time. I was along for the ride. This movie is intense. It's scary. It's gory as hell. The kills are amazing. The deadites are incredible in this one. I was floored. I loved it. And it's got 2 post-credits scenes, so make sure when you go, there's a mid-credits and a very post-credits at the very, very end. Everyone in here is really, really good. There's no big named actors in this that I could even tell you about. It was directed by a new director, Sebastian Vanciek. Don't know much about him either, so I don't really have much to tell you other than the performances were fantastic. They were great. Everyone in the family, everyone that turns into a deadite. There is some crazy visuals in this movie. I'm going to tell you, if you're not someone that can handle gore, if you can't handle just a weird, crazy violence, this is not the movie for you. You will not be able to handle this film. Like, my wife, for example, hates gory movies. And I came home that night and I said, you will never watch this movie ever in your lifetime. I can confidently say that. If you can handle the gore, if you like stuff like that, I think you're going to love this movie. This movie, I walked out saying, how did they manage to hold on to an R rating? I don't even understand how they got away with it. This movie should have been NC-17. It should have been unrated. It's so bloody. It's so gory. hats off to them for finding a way to do it. But it's the pacing that really goes with it for this movie. When you have a movie with about 5 main characters and it all takes place in a house, and you're like, how is this really going to stretch to 2 hours? How are they going to make this work? And they do flawlessly, and they keep the tension and they keep everything going. This movie nailed it, man. It nailed it on all levels, dude. I walked out so happy with such a smile on my face. So I'm telling you guys, man, if you're a fan of the Evil Dead movies, you need to go check this one out, man. Big time. Evil Dead Burn, now in theaters. I give this one 4 out of 5 stars. I still think Evil Dead Rise is probably my favorite just from an overall standpoint, but this one's right there next to it. So then I go back to the theater on Friday to check out the live action version of Moana. So to tell you guys, Moana is one of these movies that I just hold in such a high regard. And that's really because of my daughter. So my daughter is 12 years old. Moana, the animated movie, came out 10 years ago. So she was about 3 years old when the movie came out, based on her birthday, right? So she was about 3. This is the first big Disney movie that I remember her just absolutely obsessed with. She wanted the toys. She wanted me to play this soundtrack in the car every day when we went out. I would drive her to daycare and she'd want to play Moana. Daddy, play Moana. And she'd be in the back seat. I am Moana. Just doing her thing, right? And I fell in love with this movie because of her. And, I'm a big rock fan. I love The Rock. And we got You're Welcome. What can I say except you're welcome? And I used to sing that to my daughter like every day. We just had it down in Moana. We saw this movie like 5 times in the theaters. We went back when they did a sing-along version. It was awesome. This movie, if somebody was to ask me what's your favorite Disney film, it's definitely Moana, right? So I love it. And then, a couple years ago, we had Moana 2 even come out. Not as good as the first movie, but a fun time back at the theater. Well, now, Disney decided, as they do with a lot of their films, to make a live-action version. So the cool thing here is that we bring back The Rock as Maui. He reprises his role as Maui. We even got Jermaine Clement back as Tamatua, that he voiced in the animated movie as well. But other than that, we have all new characters portraying these characters from the animated movie, right? Catherine Lagaya steps into the role of Moana, and she's fantastic. Here's the thing, and this is where this movie's really bugged me a lot. And it's not bugged me from a movie standpoint. It's bugged me from an audience standpoint. By now, you probably have seen the movie has underperformed at the box office. It made $43 million over the opening weekend. And we'll talk box office here in a second, but $43 million for a movie that everybody was expecting to make between 60 to 70 to even 80 million opening weekend, and it only made 43. The movie cost over 200 million to make, so it's probably going to lose Disney some money. Now, the biggest thing I've seen from a lot of critics, and this is really critics bashing it, is it's too soon, right? It was only 10 years ago, it's too soon, and that the movie is a shot-for-shot remake, and no one understands the purpose to do this. Okay. So here's what I got to say about that. It's still 10 years ago, so the whole it's too soon thing doesn't mean much to me. That was 10 years ago. That's a decade ago. So I don't see why that's a big deal to pick a movie to make a live action version on. I don't think we needed to wait 20, 30 years to do this. The shot by shot remake thing, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because they do shot for shot and people complain. If they wouldn't have done shot for shot, people would have probably complained that they changed too much, right? Oh, they deviated from the cartoon. I don't like that. I don't like the change they did. Oh, they didn't do all the good songs. Blah, blah, blah. They stick to it, right? Because you know what you got. Moana was a $1 billion film. The sequel was a $1 billion film. You know what you got here. You stick to what the people want. And that was a shot-for-shot remake. Give me these characters in live action. For me, like I've told you guys a million times on this show, I'm not a big animated guy. And as much as I like the Moana animated movie, I was very stoked to see it in live action because I preferred live action as a medium to animated. And I loved what they did here. The visuals were cool. The gags were cool. The heart was there. The songs were there. Everybody stepped into their roles and they nailed it. And I had a really, really good time with this movie. I really enjoyed it. And it bums me out that people are dogging it for unnecessary reasons. And here's the change between critics and audience again. On Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has a 33%. 33 from a critic standpoint. Why? Because of all the things I just told you. It's too soon. It's a cash grab. It's a shot-for-shot remake. It didn't need to be made. That's not really a criticism. Because when you flip it to the fan side, this movie is at 90%. Yes, 90% fresh. It is hot. People are coming out this movie very happy. When I saw it on opening night and the credits hit, my whole theater was erupting in applause because everyone had a good time. The kids had a good time. The parents had a good time. And I had a good time bringing my 12-year-old and watching that with her, knowing and remembering everything between me and her when she was 3. So I don't get it. I see a lot. This is the same thing that happened to Supergirl. A lot of people that did not see the movie talk shit and put out the negative criticisms instead of going and seeing it and making the judgment for yourself. This movie deserved more. It deserved better. It bums me out that people are just like meh about it. But I'm glad that the fans are sitting at 90%. I'm glad that the people that are seeing it are enjoying it for what it is. And that is bringing Moana to life. And I appreciated it. We had a great time. 4 out of 5 stars. All right, and my third movie went back on Saturday night, and I checked out The Invite. This is a new movie directed by Olivia Wilde, which she also stars in with Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, and Edward Norton. That's it. This whole movie is 4 people. Joe and Angela, who are Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen, they're a married couple. Their marriage is kind of rocky, and they invite their upstairs neighbors over for a dinner party, which is Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton. They come over. They get invited to dinner, and that's our movie. 2 couples talking about life, talking about love, talking about all kinds of stuff. And I'm not going to go into spoiler territory. I'm not going to tell you where this movie kind of takes you, but it takes some twists and turns. But one thing it does really, really well is it's hilarious. This movie's so damn funny. I love it. And this is one where everybody agrees. 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, 93% on the audience score. Fantastic. I'm right there with it. I loved this movie from start to finish. And the performances. Olivia Wilde, give her an Oscar right now. She killed it in this movie. Seth Rogen killed it. Penelope Cruz killed it. Edward Norton killed it. For being a movie with 4 people, you would think maybe it's not going to hold up. It holds up. It's sharp. It's witty. It's intelligent. It's insightful. It's engaging. I loved all of it. I loved the ride it took me on. Now, one thing I will say. I feel like this movie was aimed for my age range. I don't know if you're in your 20s or your teens, if you're really going to get this movie. If you're really going to understand where these couples are at in their life. If you're in your late 30s, if you're in your 40s, your 50s, I think you'll really enjoy this movie because you're going to be along for the ride from an emotional standpoint. So that's just kind of an add-on I want to do. But the movie's fantastic. I hope more people get into it. It was kind of in limited release. I hope it gets wider. I hope more people go out and support it. And it deserves all the praise that it gets. It is hilarious and it's awesome. And you need to go see it. The Invite, 4 out of 5 stars. All right. So a big 4-star weekend, man. Evil Dead, Moana, The Invite, all 4-star movies. Had a blast at the theater 3 nights in a row. All right. Over on the TV side, brand new Apple TV show. just came out tonight, and I've already checked out the first 2 episodes that have dropped. It's called Lucky, and this one here stars Anna Taylor-Joy. But you also have Annette Bening in here, Timothy Oliphant, William Fichtner. So really strong cast, really good stuff, but this is led by Anna Taylor-Joy. And this is about when a multi-million-dollar heist goes sideways, con artist Lucky, who's played by Anna Taylor-Joy, is forced to go on the run. She's being pursued by both the FBI and a ruthless crime boss, and Lucky must fight for her life and a way out. So first 2 episodes dropped. This is from Jonathan Troper, who I absolutely love. Every project this guy creates, I am on board with. He did Banshee, which is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. He's currently doing Your Friends and Neighbors, which is also one of some of my most current favorite television shows on TV right now. So I was on board for Lucky. First 2 episodes are great. It's great. I love Anna Taylor-Joy. She's fantastic. I love the cast in here. I love that you got this sideways mission. They're going after her, and she's just trying to survive. So can't wait to see how this show plays out. Just dropped tonight. Like I said, first 2 episodes on Apple TV. Big thumbs up. Check it out. My next new show is The 5-Star Weekend. This one just dropped over on Peacock, and this one here is headlined by Jennifer Garner, and she plays a character who, after her husband's unexpected death and a very public breakdown, she's a famed cook, and she will go to her Nantucket little beachfront island and invite her best friends over for an elaborate weekend out in Nantucket. So this is an interesting one. It's based on a book, and basically, like I said, God, I'm spacing her name again. Jennifer Garner. Jennifer Garner is this famous cook, and then, like I said, her husband dies. She has this breakdown on national television when she's on the Today Show. We kind of fast forward 6 months. She's still grieving with it, and her PR person says you should take a vacation. You should go out to your house in Nantucket, invite some of your friends over, and have a big weekend, right? So she does that, and she does this new thing that she's recommended where she invites people from different parts of her life, like a current friend, a friend that she grew up with, a friend from college, and then also just a friend she hasn't even met yet, right? Because she's famous, so she picks one of her followers. And all those people are invited out to her home, and we see kind of what unravels between these 5 women. Timothy Oliphant is in this as well. He pops up here and there. I think all the episodes have dropped. There's 7 episodes. I've only watched the first episode so far, just the first one. It's very girly, but I like kind of the twist that they're going with. At the end of the first episode, there is a very cool twist that I did not see coming, and it makes me intrigued to go back and see another episode. So we'll see where this show takes us. This is a Peacock original, and like I said, I think all 7 episodes have already dropped over on Peacock, so we'll see how this one plays out. That is The 5-Star Weekend. And real quick, I just want to shout out, I finished The Pit. I know I keep talking about The Pit on here because I was late to the game, but I have officially finished Season 1 and Season 2. I love this show. The Pit is amazing. If you need an amazing show to watch, go to HBO Max, check out The Pit. It is so damn good. Now I gotta wait till January for Season 3, but I'm so excited for that. And I also finished tonight. Tonight was the season finale of Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed over on Apple TV. Great season finale, really sets up for a season 2. I don't even think it's been renewed yet, so I'm gonna be really pissed if they don't. But I'm ready for more. I thought it was a great season, great new show. So check out Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed if you haven't done so at this point. So that's what I got for you guys on the movie and TV side. Man, we've already hit almost 20 minutes, but hey, there's a lot to talk about. Evil Dead Burn, now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. Moana, now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. The Invite, now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. Lucky, over on Apple TV. The 5-Star Weekend on Peacock. The Pit, check it out on HBO Max. And Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed over on Apple TV. All right, box office time. Coming in at number 10, it's Backrooms. Number 9, Disclosure Day. Number 8, Supergirl. Number 7, Obsession. Number 6, The Invite. We just talked about it, 5.7 mil. And number 6. Number 5, Young Washington. Number 4, the debut of Evil Dead Burn with 13.7 million. A little bit underperforming here. They expected Evil Dead Burn to make about 20 mil, so only bringing in 13.7, which is shocking because I thought everyone's all about horror right now, And that's a pretty low debut. I expected more from Evil Dead Burn. Number 3 was Toy Story 5. Number 2, Minions and Monsters. And number 1, Moana. We just talked about it. 43 million. It got the number 1 spot, but like I said, underperforming. 43 million in the US and 95 million globally. So that's what we got so far on the box office. All right, guys. That's out the way. Let's get into our news of the week. I'm going to start things out talking about the 78th annual Primetime Emmy Awards. That's right, the best of television. The Emmy Awards just dropped the nominees, and the show will air Monday, September 14th on NBC and Peacock at 8 p.m. So let's talk about it. Outstanding Drama Series: The Diplomat, The Gilded Age, A Night of Seven Kingdoms, Paradise, The Pit, Pluribus, Slow Horses, Your Friends and Neighbors. So great stuff in here. I'm a big fan of Your Friends and Neighbors, Pluribus, The Pit, Paradise. So those are all my shows right there out of that category. Outstanding Comedy Series: Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Margot's Got Money Troubles, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, Shrinking, and Widow's Bay. Great stuff here in this category. I still don't understand why The Bear is in the comedy category. That show is the farthest from a comedy. But I love Abbott Elementary. The Bear is cool. I loved Margot's Got Money Troubles. My wife loves Hacks. Love Only Murders in the Building. Shrinking is my show, so that's where my heart is always going to lie. Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series: Carrie Coon for The Gilded Age, Chase Infinity for The Testaments, Kerry Russell for The Diplomat, Rhea Seehorn for Pluribus, and Zendaya for Euphoria. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series: Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Mark Ruffalo for Task, Rufus Sewell for The Diplomat, and Noah Weil for The Pit. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series: Taylor Durden for The Pit, Fiona Dourif for The Pit, Allison Janney for The Diplomat, Catherine Lanasa for The Pit, Sapita Mofi for The Pit, Julianne Nicholson for Paradise, and Carolina Wydra for Pluribus. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series: Patrick Ball for The Pit, Billy Crudup for The Morning Show, Sean Hattasey for The Pit, Jerron Howell for The Pit, Jack Lowden for Slow Horses, John Pelfrey for Task, and Carlos Manuel Vesca for Pluribus. Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama Series: Brittany Allen for The Pit, Tal Anderson for The Pit, Tina Elev for The Pit, Miriam Shore for Pluribus, Marriott Weaver for The Gilded Age, and Shailene Woodley for Paradise. Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series: Coleman Domingo for Euphoria, Ernest Hardin Jr. for The Pit, Jeff Hiller for Pluribus, Jeff Kober for The Pit, Jonathan Pryce for Slow Horses, and Bradley Whitford for The Diplomat. Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series: Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary, A.L. Idaberry for The Bear, Elle Fanning for Margot's Got Money Troubles, Lisa Kudrow for The Comeback, and Gene Smart for Hacks. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series: Yahya Abdul-Mateen II for Wonder Man. That's awesome. Steve Carell for Rooster. Great. Matthew Rhys for Widow's Bay. Awesome. Jason Segel for Shrieking. Hell yeah. Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. What an awesome category. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series: Dale Dickey for Widow's Bay, Hannah Eidenbinder for Hacks, Janelle James for Abbott Elementary, Kate O'Flynn for Widow's Bay, Michelle Pfeiffer for Margot's Got Money Troubles, Megan Stalter for Hacks, and Jessica Williams for Shrinking. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series: Coleman Domingo for The Four Seasons, Paul W. Downs for Hacks, Nick Offerman for Margot's Got Money Troubles, Stephen Root for Widow's Bay, Michael Urie for Shrinking, and Tyler James Williams for Abbott Elementary. Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series: Leslie Bibb for Hacks, Jamie Lee Curtis for The Bear, Betty Gilpin for Widow's Bay, Cherry Jones for Hacks, Laurie Metcalf for Hacks, Caitlin Olsen for Hacks, and Lauren Weedman for Hacks. Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series: Michael J. Fox for Shrinking, Brett Goldstein for Shrinking, Hamish Linklater for Widow's Bay, Christopher McDonald for Hacks, Rob Reiner for The Bear, and Connor Story for Saturday Night Live. Outstanding Limited or Anthology Series: All Her Fault, The Beast in Me, Beef, DTF St. Louis, and Love Story: John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series: Claire Danes for The Beast in Me, Sally Field for Remarkably Bright Creatures, Carey Mulligan for Beef, Sarah Pigeon for Love Story, Sarah Snook for All Her Fault. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Limited or Anthology Series: Riz Ahmed for Bait, Jason Bateman for Black Rabbit, Charlie Hunnam for Monster: The Ed Gein Story, Oscar Isaac for Beef, and Matthew Rhys for The Beast in Me. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series: Linda Cardellini for DTF St. Louis, Dakota Fanning for All Her Fault, Laurie Metcalf Metcalf for Monster, the Ed Gein story. Joy Sunday for DTF St. Louis. Yoon Yoo Jung for Beef, and Constance Zimmer for Love Story. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited Series, Jason Bateman for DTF St. Louis, Richard Gadd for Half Man, David Harbour for DTF St. Louis, Richard Jenkins for DTF St. Louis, Charles Melton for Beef, and Nick Offerman for Death by Lightning. Outstanding Animated Series, Rick and Morty, Smiling Friends, South Park, Star Wars Visions, and The Simpsons. Outstanding Reality Competition Show, RuPaul's Drag Race, Survivor, Top Chef, The Traitors, Dancing with the Stars, Star Wars Visions, and The Simpsons. Outstanding Host for a Reality Competition Program, RuPaul for RuPaul's Drag Race, Alan Cumming for The Traitors, Kristen Kish for Top Chef, Ariana Maddox for Love Story, or Love Island USA, and Jeff Probst for Survivor. And lastly, Outstanding Scripted Variety Series, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Saturday Night Live, The Daily Show, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and Jimmy Kimmel Live. So there you go. Whew, that was a lot. That was the Emmy nominations. The most nominated TV series, The Pit got 25, Hacks with 24, Widow's Bay with 19, Pluribus with 18, and Beef with 16. So congratulations there. We also have the all brand new trailer for Dune Part 3. That's right, Denis Villeneuve's conclusion to his Dune trilogy hits theaters on December 18th. Great trailer, man. Great trailer. Even though December 18th I'll be at Avengers, but we'll definitely be checking out some Dune 3 as well. So check that out. We also have the new trailer for Jason Statham's movie Mutiny. This hits theaters August 21st. Looking forward to that one there. Obsession is now the highest grossing film of all time for a film with a budget of under $1 million. So congratulations there. Obsession still killing the game. We have the first trailer for the Megan spinoff. It's called Soulmate. This movie was supposed to be in theaters, but now it's going to go straight to VOD on August 1st. The film follows a grieving engineer who attempts to program a robot into a sentient soulmate. Again, this hits digital on August 1st. Looks pretty decent. It looks kind of like Obsession. I know a lot of people are saying it's like Companion, but no, this looks way more like Obsession to me. Because, of course, the robot goes obsessed with him. Why not? Jake Johnson and Dakota Fanning make bad relationship decisions in the first trailer for The Sun Never Sets. Paul Feig is set to direct Detention. This is going to be for Blumhouse and Atomic Monster. Following the success of The Housemaid, Paul Feig is looking to get even darker with his next thriller as he's coming on to direct Detention for Blumhouse, Atomic Monster, and Platinum Dunes. The spec was written by Daniel Gold with Michael Bay, Jason Blum, Brad Fuller, and Cameron Fuller on as producers. So sounds good to me, man. I love Paul Feig. You can always turn something into good stuff. We have the first little teaser for Casper Kelly's new horror movie, Buddy. This thing's only like 40 seconds long. It does not show you much, but I am very, very intrigued. This hits theaters on August 28th. We have the first trailer for Season 2 of Mobland. Yeah, we had all those troubles, but Tom Hardy's back. Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren. The trailer is here, Mobland Season 2. This premieres September 18th over on Paramount+. American Horror Story Season 13 will officially premiere on Hulu September 24th. Of course, the cast includes Evan Peters, Sarah Paulson, Angela Bassett, Emma Roberts, Jessica Lange, and a whole bunch more. So check that out September 24th. We have the first trailer for Godzilla Minus Zero. This is also the first ever Japanese project that is filmed for IMAX. This is going to hit theaters on November 6th. HBO has passed on the current draft for the V for Vendetta TV series. They said this show might get redeveloped down the line. Alien Earth Season 2 has begun filming. Keanu Reeves has revealed that his next film is a crossover like Groundhog Day meets Jaws. That's right. The film follows a smuggler who gets stuck in a time loop fighting pirates and sharks while on a mission at sea. Very interesting. I'm there for it. Backrooms officially hit premium VOD today, so if you need to see some Backrooms, check that out for a premium price. All 5 Hunger Games movies are going to be re-released in theaters in September, so get ready to check that out. We have the brand new trailer for Idiots. This is the new comedy starring Dave Franco, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Mason Thames. The film follows 2 unqualified bozos who are hired to transfer a rich kid to rehab, but their gig quickly turns into mayhem. This hits theaters on August 28th. We have the first trailer for The Gentleman Season 2, premiering September 3rd over on Netflix. Task and Mayor of Easttown are officially becoming part of the same universe. That's right. Julianne Nicholson will reprise her role from Mare of Easttown in season 2 of Task. Very interesting. What an odd choice to do a crossover with, but let's see how it plays out, man. I know that the creator of Task is the same creator of Mare of Easttown, so it makes sense for them to combine that it takes place in the same world, but I don't know why they would need Julianne Nicholson's character, but we will see. Timmy Tatro, I love this dude. He's so funny. He's in talks to star as Gorilla Grodd in the upcoming Jimmy Olsen series. The series is described as a true crime documentary series that's set in the DC universe with Jimmy hosting and Gorilla Grodd being the main villain that they're talking about. So Jimmy will be voicing Grodd, which I think is awesome. I love Jimmy. He's so funny in everything he does. So this is great right here for me. You, Me, and Tuscany is coming to Peacock on August 7th. You'll be able to stream that. Raven Simone is coming back for the Cheetah Girls Next Gen. That's right. So they're passing the torch from the old crew to the new crew, coming soon to the Disney Channel. They are going to be reimagining Free Willy. That's right. Free Willy is getting rebooted over at Warner Brothers with the Russo brothers producing this one. Let's see here. Alien Earth Season 2 officially in production. The series has also officially added Tracy Ullman, Sam Spurrell, and Jerome Flynn to the cast. Netflix has discussed adding live channels and streaming bundles to their homepage. Streaming bundles would include self-subscriptions to other services through the Netflix app. Live channels would include ones that constantly stream movies and TV shows from the same genre. The live-action Naruto movie is now in pre-production. It is being directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who just did the new Spider-Man, and a global casting search has begun to cast Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Let's see here. Friday the 13th is a new animated horror comedy from Dan Trachtenberg, and it is going to come out in 2028. Obsession is finally going to start streaming here soon in just a couple days. July 17th, you'll be able to stream Obsession on Peacock exclusively. We have the first trailer for Megan Park's new series, Sterling Point. This premieres August 5th on Prime Video. We have a really cool first concept art for Avengers Doomsday, which kind of shows the breakdown between the Fantastic Four, Captain America, Shang-Chi, Black Panther, M'Baku, the X-Men, of course, Dr. Doom himself, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Ant-Man, the Thunderbolts, Thor, Loki. Pretty cool little concept art. This is not super official from the studio, but it does give us our first glimpse into Avengers Doomsday. Kevin Feige has revealed that the X-Men movie will release very soon after Avengers Secret Wars. He says, after Secret Wars, the mutants are coming, the X-Men are coming, and that's been a dream of mine. I started with the X-Men many, many years ago, and to bring a new version into the MCU is a dream come true. And very, very exciting. So looking forward to that. So that'll be the next up there. David Leitch's new film, How to Rob a Bank, has been delayed to November 13th. This movie stars Nicholas Hoult, Pete Davidson, Zoe Kravitz, and Anna Sawai. I believe it was supposed to come out in September, so it's been pushed back to November now. Ariana Grande will no longer appear in American Horror Story Season 13. She was signed to do it, but since they just started doing more filming, she's on tour, and there is conflicts there, so she can't do it, and she had to pull out. So that is unfortunate on that part. Spider-Man Brand New Day is tracking to open with the 230 to 250 million just domestically. It'll be one of the biggest openings for a movie this decade. So congratulations. And for all of you that are like superhero fatigue, yeah, what other movie's making 230 to 250 domestically? That is insane. So Spider-Man can do it. That's for sure. Get me Spider-Man. So we'll see how that one plays out. Looking forward to it there. And some really sad news. Sam Neill, of course, Jurassic Park, The Piano, and so many more movies, unfortunately passed away at the age of 78. Was very shocked to see his passing on Sunday night. So he will definitely be missed. Sam Neill is always one of those actors that when he pop up in something, you're like, ooh, yeah, there's Sam. That's awesome. He's going to kill it. And so very unfortunate to see his passing. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends. All right, we have the first trailer for Bad Apples, starring Saoirse Ronan. The thriller follows a teacher who kidnaps a disruptive pupil in order to teach him to behave. This is going to hit theaters later this year. Kane Parsons says that the bonus footage from his Backrooms Everything Must Go version will be on YouTube later this week, so that's pretty cool. Michael has become the first biopic in history to pass $1 billion worldwide. That's right. It is now officially the biggest biopic ever and the first one ever to cross $1 billion. So that's awesome, man. We knew Michael could do it. That is great. The Mayfair Witches are heading to Salem in season 3, and AMC just dropped a first look. This will be back in 2027. Check out that first look there. Sony Animation is looking to team back with Amazon MGM for a 5th Hotel Transylvania movie. It's going to be called The Haunting of Hotel Transylvania, and it's been set for a theatrical release on October 8th of 2027. No news yet on the voice cast for that one. We have your first teaser trailer for the Friday the 13th prequel series, Crystal Lake. This is going to be streaming October 15th on Peacock. Looks awesome. Linda Cardellini in this one here, playing Jason's mom. I love it. Even though it's only about 30 seconds of footage, it looks great, and I'm very excited. Let's see here. We have the first official trailer for Digger. This is the movie we keep hearing about with Tom Cruise. Alejandro Inarritu has directed this film. It comes out on October 2nd. What a weird-ass trailer. I don't know what to think about this movie. I will probably go see it, but it looks weird as shit. I don't know what to say. Just check out the trailer and let me know what you think. A Nova movie is supposedly in early development. Michael Waldron, who wrote Loki, is currently writing the script. Remember, originally this was supposed to be a Disney Plus show, and now they're doing it as a movie, so they must have a good idea here for it. A new Nightmare on Elm Street remake is in the works over at Paramount. The film will adapt Wes Craven's original screenplay again. A movie about Cartoon Cat is in development over at Sony. I don't know what Cartoon Cat is, but there you go. The current runtime for Avengers Doomsday is 2 hours and 46 minutes. That's where it currently sits. And supposedly, tickets are going to go on sale next week for premium formats. Yeah, supposedly Disney plans to announce that domestic tickets for Avengers Doomsday will go on sale July 20th. The studio will open ticket sales 5 months early for Infinity Vision theaters, the large format designation that the studio has announced for select Doomsday theater screens. Disney created the Infinity Vision brand in the wake of Warner Brothers locking down all the IMAX screens for Dune Part 3 for 2 weeks after both films are released on December 18th. The early ticket sale plan also comes with a runtime for the film, which currently sits at 2 hours and 45 minutes. Disney will also offer Infinity Vision tickets for a re-release of Avengers Endgame coming September 25th, currently titled Avengers Endgame Encore. So there you go. I'm hoping the trailer comes along with this, because that's kind of crazy if they put tickets on sale and don't even drop a trailer. So we'll see how it goes. Monopoly competition series based on the board game is a go over at Netflix. That's right. They're moving forward with that one there. This was exciting news. It was announced today that Solo Maduela, who will reprise his role as Blue Beetle for the upcoming Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. This is the film they're currently filming with Superman. The film, being directed by James Gunn again, is currently in production. He played Blue Beetle in the 2023 movie, and James Gunn has been saying ever since that movie came out that he loves that casting, he loves that movie, and he loves Blue Beetle, and that he wanted to keep him since that movie was one of the last films released in the old DCEU, and it really had no connection to anything else. So he was saying we could probably slide that into our DCU and kind of move forward, and that's what it sounds like now if he's coming back to be Blue Beetle in Man of Tomorrow. Come on, man. This is exciting because I love Blue Beetle. That movie's super underrated, and I would love to see him come back and get a chance to reprise his role again. Very, very good. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for Zolo. Okay. Andy Serkis shares that The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum has officially started production. The movie is going to come out December 17th of 2027. We have the first trailer for Ryan Murphy's new show, The Shards. This is going to premiere August 5th on FX. We have a new trailer for The Dog Stars. This is the third and final trailer here. We have the new trailer for The Whisper Man. Robert De Niro, Adam Scott, and Michelle Monaghan star in this trailer. It's going to hit Netflix on August 28th. And I'm just going to say, I've already seen this movie. It is not good. So I'm going to save you the time. When August 28th rolls around, you do not need to see The Whisper Man. It was no good. Let's see here. So we have the first trailer for Tony Gilroy's Behemoth. This stars Pedro Pascal, Olivia Wilde, Eva Victor, and Will Arnett. And this movie is going to be coming soon. No official release date yet. Steve Buscemi has been cast in the live-action version of Far Cry that's going to be coming soon to FX. And Alvin and the Chipmunks reboot is in the works. It's going to hit theaters in 2028. There's a new thriller series called Below coming soon, starring Josh Hartnett and Charlie Heaton. The series follows a fisherman who fights to protect his community when a sea creature terrorizes their remote town. This is going to hit Netflix on October 8th. The Mandalorian and Grogu will release on digital on July 21st. We have your first look at John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein's Mayday. This stars Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh. The thriller follows a Navy pilot who becomes stranded in Russia and forms an unlikely alliance with an ex-KGB agent. This is going to release September 4th over on Apple TV. Garrett Waring and Amanda Fix have been cast as Ed and Lorraine Warren in the Conjuring prequel movie. This is going to hit theaters next year on September 10th of 2027. Disclosure Day is going to be hitting digital on July 21st. Fox has unveiled its premiere dates for its fall 2026 TV season, so check out when your favorite show might be returning. Speaking of The Mandalorian, so like I said, digital July 21st and 4K Ultra Blu-ray is going to be August 25th. And Lego Star Wars The Mandalorian is coming soon, an all-new special that will be streaming on Disney Plus September 2nd. Colin from Accounts is closing up its books for good. The Australian rom-com will end with the upcoming Season 3 coming soon to Paramount+. Pretty funny show. I do like that show. Sad that, but at least it's getting one more season, but that will be the end for Colin from Accounts. You can stream Season 1 and 2 on Paramount Plus right now as well. And that'll do it. Man, we went a little over. We're coming in at that 42-minute mark. Thank you for hanging with me. We had a lot to talk about on the movie and TV side. So let me wrap it up. Let me get you on out of here. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. That's all you need to get the links and listen to the show, socials, everything you need right there, AmIOnTheAir.com. But if you don't go there, make sure you like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Make sure you follow us on our X page at AmIOnTheAir. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. If you don't do X, you could do the same handles over on Threads or Blue Sky, so make sure you follow us wherever you see fit. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen, you can subscribe to us. We're on every podcast platform. Make sure you just subscribe so you never miss an episode. Please leave a review if you can. It would really help us out. 5 stars, thumbs up, whatever you can do. Please, please, please. And don't forget our other socials like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all simply at Am I on the Air. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow them at Red Dragons Radio, all one word, and at popculture_pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me tonight in the theater. We're going back this weekend to see The Odyssey. It's time. Let's see if everything's chalk up to be. I'm already seeing the early reviews of the masterpiece and everything because Christopher Nolan can do no wrong. We will see. It's 3 hours. I'm hoping it's not a slugfest, but we'll see. We will see how it goes. I got my tickets. We're going to IMAX. We'll see how it plays out. So we'll talk about The Odyssey next week and anything else that comes down the pipe. So take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.